Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to Project 03, subtitle The Tormented. Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to this one a lot earlier than I actually did, because last year, was it last? Yeah, it must have been last year, I played Project 01 and Project 02, Crimson Butterfly. Obviously, big fan of the Project Zero series, as I sort of talked about it at length while playing those games, and been meaning for a while now to get around to the third one, to sort of wrap up the original trilogy and all this, that, the other. At least theoretically. I assume, actually, that the next two games aren't connected to these original ones. As far as I know, they're not, but I haven't played 4 or 5, so I can't say for certainty. But, anyway, Project 03 was, of course, supposed to be the sort of, I guess, final point of the original trilogy of games, because they weren't like planned as a trilogy. The first two are very much separate storylines. There's a few like names that you may recognize between the two games, but generally speaking, Project 01 and Project 02 are very much separate stories that just sort of, you feel like exist within the same world, you know? But Project 03 is like, well, okay, we'll have our own original story. And whilst that is going on, why don't we also have the storylines from the first two games also tie back into this one, which we'll get into as we go there. And it's one of those things that's like really, really, really well done. It's a little sort of on the fence about whether or not I like this one more than I like the second one. I think I like the setting and the story of the second one better than this one. Don't get me wrong, this one's good, although it has a few little problems. But I think in terms of the camera gameplay, the third one cinches it. In terms of like its upgrade system and how things get better as you go through. Because the upgrade system in the first one was good, but the whole camera system was a bit rough. The camera system was much better in the second one, but then the upgrade system I felt kind of suffered. In this one takes kind of the best pieces of all of them and puts it into a game. So, yeah, we are going to get into this. Obviously, we want new game, and we shall go in on normal. Now, I'll go into more details later on. Difficulty does not affect which ending you get in this game, just for reference's sake, because it did in the first game, and it did in the second game. It does not in this game. Probably when we get to the end of the game, I may go into the specifics on how you get the different endings, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Also, small warning, the opening of this starting cutscene is a bit loud. It doesn't last very long, but just brace yourself. Let's go. Don't go dying on me, game.
Should we get going?
I heard this house was haunted. Too bad it's not.
Rumors are just rumors. I'm gonna load these up.
Alright. So, yes, here we have Project 03. It's probably almost certainly going to kill my frame rate just for this snowing section. But, yes, we jumped straight into it. And if you were paying close enough attention, you may have seen that the other girl, along with our main character, Ray... excuse me. Sorry. You may have recognized her. We'll get more into details on that one later. But, yeah, in case you couldn't sort of work out what was going on in the opening, Ray and her boyfriend, I think it is, you, involved in a car crash. You died. Ray survived. And then she goes to a haunted house, because that's sensible. So. Hello. And unlike other games, you actually get a camera straight from the off. This is not a spirit camera, as the last games. This is just a normal camera, but you can still use it to snappy snap ghosts. So that's good. Hello, hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you around for a while. Hope you're doing alright over there. Alright. So let's see if I can remember what the hell we're doing. It'll take me a bit of time to remember like what the controls and everything were. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Oh, he's gone. Missed him. So Ghost is gone. He went off down here. I don't specifically remember. It's been a long time since I played this game, so we're just gonna have to. You're just gonna have to deal with. Hi. Oh. Why does everyone leave me? I don't remember where I'm going. Is it that door? I think any door works at this point. I don't think we're in a particularly sort of choice-filled section. Gotcha. We're getting a few points out of this, which I think do count. Go down here. And hello, guy with a giant fuck-off sword. Or butcher's knife, I guess. Which way is it? I don't remember. Yes, I can. Well, I was right, it might have been years. I genuinely don't remember, if I can be honest. Hey, there he goes. Is he luring me somewhere?
Stay here forever.
No.
Stay here forever.
I keep wanting to use the second stick to move the camera, but it's a little before that in terms of games design, where it's like the main stick is the one you use to move the viewfinder around. I do remember some of these rooms, just not all of them. Hello.
Wait! There's still something I need to say!
You left the oven on.
Are you okay?
Oh, it was nothing.
Nothing, she says. Never seen this title before. Guess J-horror ain't big in the West. I think the Project Zero series, or Fatal Frame as I believe it's called in the US, is quite it's pretty popular, I think. I don't think it was ever quite Resident Evil levels of popular, but had a following, certainly. Was he really there? That was just the intro.
This place is...
Hour 1. The Sign. Alright, so yeah, rather than like chapters, like in like the first two games, in this one you have hours. I don't know why, it doesn't really lead to any like differences or anything like that, but yeah, so you get usual sort of stuff, lock gates. If you played the second game, I'm pretty sure it runs on exactly the same engine. Okay, I'm pretty sure all three games run on the same engine, but this one plays a lot more like the second game in the series rather than the first one. I don't specifically remember the details or where anything is, so we'll just wander around and see what we can find. We still don't have the special super duper ghosty snappy camera yet. We'll get to that. I think that door's locked. Oh, no, it is not locked. Okay, fair enough. That was way too slow. Well, okay, there we go. There's that. I see something blue and glowing on the floor over there, but we'll see what we can find. Memo on shaky hand. It's not my fault. I didn't choose to survive. I can remember what things are. Because I don't. I really don't. Clock on the wall, that's nice. Nothing in there, nothing in there. I don't think there's anything around. I legitimately do not remember where the hell we have to go. Not that way, I suppose. Well, let's go this way. Alright, off the other way. 500 points, nothing to sneeze at. And if you're paying very close attention to that opening cutscene, this is the room. In the opening cutscene where Ray and the other recognizable but still as yet unnamed girl are hanging out, this is actually the room. This is the same building. And I think it is sort of vaguely implied that the place you're in now, because as you can tell by the opening shot of Ray being in her bed, clearly asleep, having a dream, because this place exists within... Oh, damn it, too slow. Close, but not quite. Because this place exists within the realm of dreams, I get the feeling it kind of cobbles together a lot of various locations. Although it's not officially stated, I'm pretty sure that is the reason. I think that door's going to be locked. I think we got to go up the stairs, but I will just double check. Yep. Had a feeling. The places you can go at first are quite limited. In I think we can go up here. Yeah, ladders. I mean, who knew? I think there's just another locked door. So this one is locked with a key, rather than just being locked. And back down we go. You may notice some like glitching and stuff. There's not a lot I can do about that. It is emulated. I am noticing these weird white lines on the side of the screen. Those were not there when I was playtesting this earlier. Which is weird. I may have a look into that when I get a chance for a break. Gotcha. Ooh, 1,000 points. And there she is. Something is reflecting in light. The camera obscura. It's an old-fashioned bellows camera. Some kind of occult markings in chased metal cover the whole body. Still looks to be in good condition. Some old-fashioned writing carved onto the back. Camera obscura. Maybe that's the name of the camera? Basic functions and shoot instructions added to file. So now we has camera. Proper camera now. Oh yeah. While we're here. Save point. Might as well. We good? Oh, good. I was a bit worried then. Suddenly dawned on me like, the memory card on this work properly? Yes! Fortunately it does. Come up from the left. Peephole has been opened in the wall. The sound seems to be coming from here. Stand over the hole and press the X button to have a look through. Must I? Now, I almost forgot. This is actually one of the nice things added into this version, is that you can actually swap film types just by using the D-pad, which I'd forgotten about actually, but there you go. I hear something that does not sound good. I think it's over there, but I don't think I can get to it yet. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Ooh. You'll understand what that is later.
Stay back. Go away.
And she's off. She didn't look like a ghost, though. She almost looked like a real person. Strange. I don't think there's anything else around here. No, I'm pretty sure this is just a dead end. I think.
Don't want to see anymore.
Don't want to see anymore. I wonder what that means. Don't worry, we'll all be explained in the fullness of time. One down and around. Nice. Alright. Do we have that now or is that later? Might be now.
Have you seen him? Where did he go?
Return on battle controls have been added to the files. Alright, put ourselves into the middle. Hello. Hello. That was bad timing. There we go, that's more like it. Shutter chance. Wait, there we go. Nice. Sorted. Well, one goes down and God only knows how many more left to go. Quite a lot.
If only I died too. It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just stayed Arius, I would have. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I had died with everyone else, yes, if I had died with everyone else, then I would.
Are you alright?
Other one. Ah!
Let me sleep forever.
And it was all a dream. Or was it?
Ray? Is everything okay? I heard you cry out. I was worried. You've been having so many nightmares lately.
What? I'm fine.
But
I just had a bad dream.
But was it just a dream? Who knows? Was it all just a dream? Anyway, I'd better get up. So, hey, here we go. Yeah. So you get a notebook, which basically just is like a kind of like a data log thing, as they call it these days. During the course of the game, when you find new information, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there's a new entry notebook, title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu. If you press the L1 button while the item name is shown at the top right, you can refer to that item. The bruise appears. Felt a sharp pain in my shoulder when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin. When I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it a dream? I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. All I knew was what's supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in that house in the snow? Was I just worn out, still scarred by the accident? Or the rumors true? Was he really there? The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my vision on that assignment. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydream, visions maybe. I'm just tired. Perhaps. So you is of course... Oh, fiance, that was right. I couldn't remember if it was boyfriend or fiance. I knew they weren't married. I just couldn't remember quite how far into their relationship they were. The editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was opposite of me in every way, quiet and kind, like a gently falling rain. Like a soft shower that washes everything clean. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. I said she was familiar. It's Miku Hinasaki, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. I haven't met her brother. You told me she had lost a relative in an accident. She helps me out in all kinds of ways, not just with work. She's cheerful and hardworking. Not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after you passed away. So, as you can... Oops, wrong one. As you can tell... younger sister of Yu's best friend, and we know, because Miku was of course the character from the first Fatal Frame game, or Project Zero game, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she was the protagonist of the first game, and now she is a second. She's the second character. Minor spoiler alert: we will eventually get to play as her. This game actually has 3 playable characters. Rei is just like kind of the central one. Then you also have Miku and one other character that we'll meet further down the line. Yeah, so obviously, apparently you and Miku's brother Mafuyu, something like that, I believe it was, were obviously friends. Presumably how how these two met, you would think. Anyway, the tattooed woman. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor, her whole body is covered in a blue tattoo. She came close and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold, stabbing fingers on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. Mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? So, obviously, as you find out more about locations and people, you get more information added to the notebook. And this is kind of how the sort of play of the game goes, is that you have the waking world, where you're just running around in Rei and Miku's house, and then eventually, like, day will turn into night, and you will then roll into another dream, and you go back into the dream mansion where all the spooky, dooky ghost stuff happens. Not to say there won't be any ghost stuff here in the real world, of course, but there isn't any yet. At least I don't think there is. But you can sort of wander around, have a look. Linen closet and this, that, and the other. It's just a sort of standard 2-story house. Quite big, really, for 2 people, but it is what it is.
Good morning, Ray.
Hello. I think this is... Yeah, I was going to say, that's Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I don't really like to go in without her permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. And you got the room all the way down here. Use room. Ever since the accident, I try not to come in here unless I have a good reason. Yep. Good morning, Ray. Looks like it's going to rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you relax? Ray, you've been working too much lately. You've woken up by a bad dream this morning. You don't have to tell me what happened to me, alright? Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letter from K. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of this stuff. I'm not great with Japanese pronunciations. Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiance? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is groundless rumor, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it will provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying this urban legend. I'd like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent to you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people in the urban legend. If you hear anything, please tell me. Regards, K. Amakura. It's a letter from K. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Use camera obscura. I wonder if it would be in the use room. Nope, not that one. Was it that one? No, that's the map. Hang on. Ah, there it is. So yeah, you can look at K stuff. Never met him personally, but he was a friend of you. He used to write from time to time. You seem to have known a lot of people both professionally and privately. According to the letter, he and you were doing research into urban legends. Maybe the camera obscura was somehow connected to that. I should tell him about the accident. I was wanting to look at the cat bowl, but never mind. They have a pet cat, and you can find it in completely random places scattered throughout the building. So yeah, you got the nice little kitchen area. I will say their house is quite nice looking. It's a nice looking house. As I said, especially considering only 2 people live here right now. Anyway, we've got a front door there, not that you can ever really leave. Because, yeah. Over here, we have a small downstairs bathroom. In fact, only bathroom, really. Because I don't think there was one upstairs, was there? There's the kitty cat. I don't remember what his name is. Nothing in there yet. Use altar. Yep. Basic storage closet. I forget what some of these rooms even are. Ah, the dark room. Yes, of course. Because when you're a photographer, you need one of those, I suppose. Knocks on the toilet door, but looks like no one's inside. Well, I would hope not. There's only 2 people living in this house, and we both know where they are, so... Well, we know where both are. Get it right. Anyway. As hinted in the letter, it would seem as though there may be a camera obscura in the real world, too. Which, I mean, we know that there should be, because... there was one in the second game, and that was definitely set in the real world, more or less. Something about a sort of camera obscura that you owned, written in that letter. Camera obscura. Could it be the same camera I saw in my dream?
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you.
It's quite interesting how this game deals with elements of like grief, and sort of you'll see it more as we go into it, like survivor's guilt. You sort of get hints of that obviously with Ray's character, because you know she was driving, had an accident because it was raining, fiance ended up dead. You know, you're gonna have guilt over what happened there, and also the woman we saw, the panicking woman back in chapter 1 or hour 1, obviously had a certain element of survivor's guilt. So it's interesting how you go into like grief and loss and like all that sort of stuff, as we say, scattered throughout this game. Ooh, notebook. I don't remember this. On the urban legend, many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. There are often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legends, and oral tradition. Settings such as the isolated mountain village or bygone customs, like night trysts or ceremonies, often act to trigger the incident themselves, and these in turn become the motif for urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias towards the ancient. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. For that reason, the settings of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further, bygone customs are an attractive element that ends up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there is a story about the area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. That's a familiar name. The Lost Village. In the mountains of the Minakami area, there was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre, and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there is a small garden statue, and if you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village, where day will never again break, and a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy reoccurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking it resembles the pattern of the village, as it's made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Himuro, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to have been a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and heads severed off. One example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I'm now researching. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in old media. This newspaper is from the early 1900s. It is of no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up, but the background of the spirited aways and those people's later conditions bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I have seen legends of several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. Perhaps this is what Kay was being asked to investigate. Yep, that's all good. Oh, and there's an old newspaper too. Blimey. So much reading, my voice. Series of vanishings across the region. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who live in Myonjin village went missing. The missing are Maki, Kuzuhara, and her daughter Kozu. Again, apologies if I pronounce any of this incorrectly. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kuzuhara's missing husband. The two reportedly wandered the mountains nearly every day. The informant says, "I haven't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like marks." Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways. Alright. Use research. According to the notebook left on his desk, Yu was doing some research for K. His notes are full of accounts of old urban legends and newspaper clippings about disappearances and people who were spirited away. Makes sense. So obviously, use big notebook there, talking about the lost village and the manor where, you know, bad things happened. It's clearly just basically saying, yeah, the events of the last two games happened and are now the basis for urban legends. And of course, it's funny that, you know, talk about, Miku's brother Mafuyu went missing in a strange mansion like that, and like, I was going to say Ray then. That's not her name. Now I'm blanking on the name of the characters from the second game. Oh God, why can I not remember that? Come on, it hasn't been that long ago since you last played it. Miyu and Mayu. That was it. I knew they were similar. Yeah, and with, of course, Mayu's disappearance, so he's like investigating these as actual things. And as I said, we'll go more into the details about that later. But there is the camera that we were looking for. The shelf for a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. Looks like the letter is from Kay. During my research on the Manor of Sleep urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village, lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Mio, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her, saw this camera and she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminded her of that unspeakable incident. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques, so could you look it over for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you, so let me know what you find. Yeah, so clearly directly implying that this camera is the one from the last game. It's the same fucking camera. Obviously the one from the first game blew up at the end of the first game because it was tied into the main storyline. But this is the same camera from Project Zero 2, which I love that. I think it this is my point about how the third game has its entirely own story, you know, involving Rei and her sort of, you know, guilt and sort of like the loss and the survivor's guilt over the death of Yu, and it's got that whole thing, and there's an entire subplot around that, or subplot, the main plot I should say, really. But at the same time, it's got a secondary plot, like telling what happened after the events of Game 1 and Game 2. And it really kind of brings the trilogy together, as well as wrapping these stories up, I want to point out. It's older even than the one in the dream. And the description on the back is illegible. Even so, this does look very similar to the camera obscura. I tried pushing the shutter button. There was no response. Looks like it's broken. There's still old film inside the camera obscura. Musty film. What could be on it? I wonder if I could develop it in the dark room. Probably. Camera obscura. An old camera etched with the words camera obscura. Found a camera like the one I picked up in my dream in Yu's room. Apparently Kay sent it to him. Is this the same camera I saw in my dream? Yes. Sort of. It's a version of it, at least. Well, let's go see if we can develop that film, shall we? We know there's a dark room around here. Anything you want to say?
It seems like you're having a lot of nightmares lately. Are you alright?
Yeah. Sort of. Undeveloped film. An old roll of film from inside the camera obscura. There's definitely something on the film. I wonder if I can develop it. Well, it is admittedly a very cool effect. An image has appeared of the crying woman, just as I thought. I must have taken this during that dream. Camera obscura, the abandoned house, the picture I took in my dream. Maybe if I investigate this woman, I can find something out. Woman in the photo. The woman whose image appears on the film from inside the camera obscura. No doubt about it. It's the same woman I saw inside the manor in my dream. Just like with you that time. Oop, wrong button. Don't think we can leave. Yeah. This is where sort of Ray's use in the game comes in. Not Ray, Miku's use, I think. Miku, I found the woman in this picture. I was wondering if you could... I wonder if I could get you to try and find out as much about her as you can. Anything is fine. Yes, well, it's a very old picture, so... I found it in used room. It's okay if you can't find anything out. There's just something about her.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Yeah, so she's like your little research goblin. She sort of runs around when you're not looking and does all the research for you. If you show the photos you developed to Miku, sometimes you can ask her to investigate them for you. If you have them investigated, you can come talk to Miku later to get books and other information. I do like how it sort of grounds everything as like, yes, this is all happening in the real world. You got to do all like your investigation and everything. Night has fallen. If you check the bed with the X button, you can sleep. By checking the camera obscura on the desk, you can save your progress. Let's do that, why not? But you can also wander around. Still the same house, it's just nighttime now. The fact you can open up all these doors and cupboards and wardrobes and everything clearly like clues you into the fact that yes, something is going to happen here. Don't think for a second that it won't. I like how the start of the game is like, oh, I really don't want to go in here because it's used room. And then like 5 seconds later it's like, yeah, it's fine, go in whenever you feel like it. Ooh, book on occultism. Camera obscura is a device used to capture the other world, made by occultist Kunihiko Aso, which I'm pretty sure is the name they used in the last game too. From the late 19th century to the early 20th century, he tried to communicate and get proof of this other world. The term occultist refers to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern thought using contemporary Western technology. Aso is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the, at the time, still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval and spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken, and we have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Aso's achievements for eternity. Nice. Yeah, that's the other thing, is you can check this every once in a while and you'll find new books and stuff. Okay. Yes, of course, I think he's mentioned in the... Is he mentioned in the first game too? I don't think he's mentioned in the first game, but he's definitely mentioned in the second. As being all like, hey, this guy invented the camera obscura. Sort of. Scholar of the occult who lived in the second half of the 19th century. He used the new technology of the West to make various machines designed to prove the existence of the other world. Camera obscura was one of his inventions. According to the book, it could photograph supernatural objects existing on an alternate plane. Is he somehow connected to the manor? And then I think that's just... Yeah. Yeah, we already know about all this. Mark it as red, but other than that, not desperately important. He was probably asleep. think. So I don't think there's anything much to like look at this point. I think it's just a case of the place gets a lot more active as the game goes on because it gets like spookier as like stuff from the dream world starts popping up into the real world. You'll see what I mean. We may as well just head to sleep. Actually, we may as well take a break because it's 4 o'clock. What I'm going to do during the break, I'm going to mess around with some of the emulation settings, see if I can get rid of those like weird lines down the side of the screen. I'm also noticing a bit of like texture glitching. So we'll see what I can come up with. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, so if you see the game disappear from behind, just as I say, bear with while I see if I can work this stuff out. Anyway, yeah, gonna take a quick break. Back in a few minutes, guys. And we are back. Okay, sorry that took a bit longer than I planned. I was mooching around online seeing if I could find a way to fix some of the little graphical bugs I got. I think I got it mostly. I not got rid of those lines along the edge of the screen, but I have managed to reduce them so they don't stand out quite as much. You can sort of still notice them. It may just be an effect in the game, but they're not as visible anymore. So that's good. Probably still going to have a few texture glitches here or there as we wander around, but it's emulation. What you gonna do? But I think I mostly got it looking okay. Hopefully. Anyway, Betty buys. And we're back.
This dream. Again.
Yes. So, as I said, every night we're going to go into here. I don't think... Say wake up if I go through this door? So, here's the thing. Technically speaking, you can leave and end the dream whenever you want to, but it doesn't like progress the game in any way. I don't think it resets a night if you leave early. I think whatever progress you have done stays within the dream. And although, you know, the day counter will go forward, it doesn't like progress the entirety of the main story until you complete whatever goal you have. Which changes from, you know, point in the game to point in the game. Nope, never mind. Oh, also. Yeah, because one of the things is if you run out of, like, tape, well, you know, film, then you can just leave, and then when you come back, you'll, you know, everything gets reset. In terms of your health, in terms of your items. Because that's the other thing about it, is that everything you pick up in one dream does not carry over to the next, I think. Actually, does it? Does it not? I can't even remember now. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. Maybe. You know, I don't actually remember. Nope, she's running off this way. Better follow her. I know she said to go away, but... Ooh. It's a sort of raised head turned towards that. I was like, ooh, there's something down there. And it's open! Yay! Yeah, we got the hint. Mm-hmm. And she's gone. Okay, so she wants to go that way. I say let her. Let's go off exploring. Actually, there's not a lot of exploring you can do. Oh, I forgot about that. Ah, yeah. Very loud, high-pitched ringing in this corridor for some reason. I'd forgotten about that. There seems to be a door in the wall behind the chest. Maybe it leads to the roof. I tried to move the chest, but it's too heavy. Probably only a man could move it. Yeah. So one of the playable characters you get is a guy, and only he can move the chest. I think that's actually that's like an actual thing. There are some things that each character, only that character can do. I think. Oh, hey, alarm. When being attacked by a ghost, the top part of the viewfinder may flash red and an alarm will ring. This instant is a more powerful shutter chance, the fatal frame. If you shoot during the fatal frame, you can repel the ghost backwards and inflict great damage. If you take another shot while the ghost is being repelled back, you can perform a chain shot or combo. So, much like in the last game, although in the last game, I'm pretty sure the light and the alarm were two different upgrades. In this one, they just combined them into one. And it's locked. Probably for the best. Voices behind the wall. The strange space under the stairs was a small locked door. Low, mournful moaning was coming from inside. What could be in there? Oops. Oh. Well, I mean, that's somewhat telling.
Please, help me.
I don't see anyone. And that blood is definitely only there during camera mode, so that's the thing. I'd actually forgotten that alarm function is there. This is just me in exploring mode at the moment. Oh god, these puzzles. Engraved in the past are the same number of pins that are engraved in the sleeping stone. Unfortunately, we're missing one, so we can't do those. Those puzzles are... Yes. They certainly are, aren't they? God, that bloody ringing noise. I'd forgotten about that. So completely. I'm like, oh god, that ringing noise is gonna get on my nerves. Whoa, what was that? Hey, thanks for the follow. What is that? Zaraki? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh yes, we got one of these. We've got one of these. Probably should have taken that picture a minute ago. Never mind. Oh well, fuck me, I suppose. All that way over there. To grab that thing, and turns out I gotta go over there anyway for plot. You love this game? Oh yeah, I love the whole series. Original Project Zero trilogy is great. Classic PS2 series. Alright, so. Whoops. Damn it, too slow. Stop it! Stop moving away. Can I get you now? There we go. Burn them all. Well, they're gone. Probably for the best. Oh, never mind, you're in the wall.
Don't you know my husband?
How do we keep... well, going for a second round, are we? Goodbye. Well, hey. One ghost successfully killed. I don't think we've got the... oh no, we do. Wow, we already actually have that. It technically hasn't been introduced yet. We don't have the upgraded lenses, of course, but we got the basic stuff. So we got the status, which includes like your film, an upgrade lens when you get one, and all the special equipment that you can get. And we have the capability here, and each one has like different levels. Again, this is very similar to Project Zero 2 in its style. It pretty much is just like a reskinned Project Zero 2. It's just blue rather than red, which I like that they kept that style. Sort of makes the second or third game feel a bit more connected in that regard. And you get the basic stuff, display the maximum so you can charge your spirit power. And if you didn't notice, actually let me just show, and oh no, it only shows during combat, of course, but around the edges of the circle you can get those little charge points. And this is kind of what I say when I'm like, the third game kind of takes the best elements from the first game and the second game and just like combines them into one really, really good game. Is that in the first game you had the charge meter, although it was along the bottom of the camera, and in the second game you didn't really have a charge meter. You just had like a proximity meter, which was fine, but I always liked the charge meter because it felt like it was kind of rewarding you for your ability to keep the ghost in place, you know? So this one actually has that, although you can't see it now. You probably noticed it when I was fighting the ghost a minute ago. But that's what that one is. The max value is how many of those you can get, I think. Is that the one? Yeah, that is that one, isn't it? And then obviously range, that speaks for itself. Sort of recharge rate, camera range, depending on charge. Am I getting that mixed up? Is that spirit power? Charge of spirit power. Maybe that's the one. I can't remember. We'll have to mess around with it and do that, but we'll do that later. For now, we can just keep going with the first little section here. Presence in front of the door is fading. See, this is the point. It's been so long since I last played this game. I don't actually remember all the details. It's like half of this is me making this shit up off the top of my head, probably. Stop going in and out of being zappable. There we go. You will notice, of course, we are on the other side of this place, because that was where we were last time. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold that thought. I knew I forgot to do something. I forgot to swap the batteries out because I charged these ones last night. One of these days I will remember that I'm supposed to be a professional. Ah! Professional. Yeah, right. Hello. Are you going to run away again? I'll give you a small hint. The answer's yes.
These tattoos. Oh no, no, it's too late. I can't escape. Please, help me.
I called out, but there's no reply. A notebook or something is lying at the feet of the crouching woman. Burnt passport. Surname, Takigawa. Given name, Yoshi. So she's a green dinosaur with a long tongue, I guess. So she's from Japan. In Shizuoka. Shizuoka? Okay. It's pretty badly scorched, but I can make out thin traces of writing. Yoshino. That's not what it said in the thing. Woman in the photo. Woman in the film with the camera obscure whom I saw running lost through the dream manor. Her name was written in the charred passport that fell at her feet. Yoshino Takigawa. Does this person really exist? I think we can happen there. So she's just gonna sit there for now.
You should wake up. Please, help me. Please, wake me up. I didn't do anything wrong. Why?
Alright. The bruise appears. Pain flared up again after my dream of the empty house. Since the vision I had that day, I keep seeing the house in my dreams. The pain I felt when the tattooed woman touched me, the bruise. The dream, the house, are they connected to you somehow? Or am I just tired? Who can say? Actually, I can because I know what the story of the game is, but we'll get to that. All in good time. Alright, let's go. One notebook. Notes have been left on the kitchen counter. Dear Ray, gone to do some research on the woman from the other day. I'll be back later this evening. Make sure you eat breakfast, okay? Miku. Addition to the kitchen counter. The breakfast is perfectly made. Rice bowls has been prepared. Jelly donuts are delicious. Cat. We can just spend the rest of the day here, you know. But we should probably get on with it. Yeah. I do quite like how the real world segments are so mundane. Obviously by design.
Hello?
Ray, it's Miku.
I was able to get the name and address of the woman in the photo. Yoshino Takigawa. It's not a coinky dink. She's the only survivor of a plane crash that happened the other day. I knew I'd seen her before. It all came together when I asked one of the editors. It seems that she's still being hospitalized. I'll tell you the location of the hospital. Yoshino Takigawa?
I heard from the hospital that she's been asleep for a long time, and no one has been able to wake her.
I don't want to see anymore.
Good job there were no doctors or nurses around to see that, I suppose. Or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it would have been better if they'd have seen it.
Did you go to the hospital? Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to have questions. Because Japan, I guess. And we're back to night time. The female survivor. It's definitely the same woman I saw in the Dream Manor. Sole survivor of a plane crash. She slept constantly in the hospital after the accident till the day she disappeared in front of my eyes. A blue pattern appeared on her body the instant before she vanished. What was it? Is she connected to the woman in my dreams? And if so... I don't think we can get anything more from the research section, but let's have a look. I can't remember if like you have to get it at certain points, or if just any point after a point in the game you can grab the file. But let's check, see if it says anything. Nope. Oh, always worth a look. If you want to see all the ghost encounters and stuff, by the way, I can't remember exactly when they start happening in the real world, but like eventually you'll get to a point where it's like, hey, ghost stuff happening now. Hey, you're down there. I thought you were going to be in your bedroom.
Ray? Are you having trouble sleeping?
Whoa, that was glitchy as all hell. What happened to her? They just said she disappeared on TV. Ray, you saw her just before it happened, but you happen to know something about her? Maybe. I don't think there's too much else. Where's the cat? Where's that cat? God damn it. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Yep, and she's gone. Still no sign of that bloody cat anywhere. Where's the cat gone? Don't hide the cat from me. Probably in Miku's room then. The one place I can't go to yet. Bloody cat. Right, make a save, and then we'll head into the dream world again. We're still in chapter 1, of course, by the way. I haven't quite jumped across to chapter 2. I think that happens on the 4th night. This is all still like introduction stuff. We're in here again. I think there's... There's an item on the floor, like tantalizingly close. And it's cruel that it's there. We don't actually know what's on the other side of that place yet. Trust me, we'll get there. But you can see the sort of rough area we've looked at so far, which isn't a whole lot. This is a big map, for the record. I want to point that out. This is a very large map. I don't remember if there's any point in going over here. I don't think so. I don't think the ghost can show up again. I think this is still sealed shut. Yes. Yeah, some doors are just locked until the plot goes. Actually, you know what? We can unlock this now. Oh, hello, there's an item down there. What are you? Hey! Medicine! Well, they look friendly. Because you're not supposed to go this way. You're supposed to go the other way, but... That's fine. As I said, just having a look. It's one of those things, because you always start the dream sequence bit at the same location, at least for now. The starting point does eventually move, but for now you always start at the same place. You kind of end up running through the same areas a lot, and because things essentially sort of soft reset with every dream, unless you leave early or something, you will end up retreading a lot of ground. It's not quite padding, because they do like put stuff there. Like, you can get involved in optional fights and stuff, but if you're just wandering around places you've already looked at and don't need to go but want to have a look anyway. So it just sort of reward that level of exploration to a point. We'll get to that when we get to that. Alright, well, she looked like she was having fun. We better go check up on her. Oh yeah, and items are always in the same locations. Hello. Rude. Christ, I thought for a split second it was going to bomb out on me. Too slow. Also, I realised I'm using type 7. I should really use type 14. Woo! Hello! Can't say I do, love. Wait, did I get that through the thing? Can you do that? Can you attack them through things now if you're on a combo? You might be able to, actually. As I said, it's been a while. I don't remember. Sorry, kid. But you're a ghost and you suck. That's the one thing I will do. I will constantly forget to switch to the right camera film type. Constantly. It's gonna happen, trust me. Hey. I don't think there's anything down these areas yet. Other than, you know, dead ends. I don't think there's any, like, items that have appeared. There's the ring again. Always in this corridor. Tell my hearing's not as bad as it used to be. Well, not as sensitive as it used to be. That used to drive me nuts when I was younger. Didn't help, too, that I think the last time I played this properly on my PS2, I had a big old CRT television. Like a widescreen CRT thing. Those things are fucking ginormous. And it had this problem where when it was on, it would just ring. Like this high-pitched, constant ringing sound. A bit like this. And I'm the only one who could hear it. Because obviously, you know, your parents don't really hear high-pitched ringing sounds like that. Because I guess their hearing just sucks. You know, my parents couldn't hear it. I could. Believe me, I could. So I think we're about to go into a fight. Because she's gone now. She's dead in the real world, which means she's a ghost.
Stay back.
Now. Really? You don't flash? Ow. I need to zap her. I don't remember. I genuinely don't. At this point, I really haven't a clue. I think we gotta kill them until she wakes up. Vague memory of something like that. Then again, maybe we have to just go up to her and wake her up. Wait, do something. No? Okay. What are we doing? Wait, wake up. There you are. Okay, now she's up. There it is. Damn it. This time the third one. The sooner we get the health bar thing, the better. That way at least we'll know how much health they have. Woo, you got close real quick. Gotta get that timing right. Good night. Ah. Sorted. No, I'm a protagonist. bruise spreads. I saw the bruise clearly when I woke up. The pain is worse than yesterday. The bruise is spreading. A spreading bruise. Yoshino Takigawa had a bruise like this before she vanished. She was in the dream too. Was she having these same dreams? The bruise, the dreams. What do they mean? Again, we'll find out all in good time. It's 5 o'clock, so time for another quick break. See you in a sec, guys. And we are back. Okay. What were we doing? Right, yes. Start of a new day. It's a new dawn. It is a new day. And it is a new problem to solve, I am sure. Ray, this is Yoshino Takigawa's diary. They asked me to take care of it at the hospital since her family were all killed in the accident. They didn't seem to feel comfortable keeping it around the hospital. Was I right to accept it? How convenient. 8/10. Sunny. I heard it was a good day for the heart to write in a diary and have someone read it. By doing this, maybe I will stop seeing that terrible dream. I'm sad being all alone. If I can have someone read this in some way, maybe I will connect with them. 8/11. Cloudy. My family in Naoya died, but being alone is more frightening than even that harsh fact. More than the accident itself. Being the only one living afterwards, waiting endlessly, that was more frightening. Left alone in total darkness. A sweltering night, but freezing cold. I had a nasty dream. Snow fell on an old abandoned house. I'm all alone and lost, but they might all be in the house. I can meet them. I sense that. If I go in, I can meet them. They're calling me. But if I go in, I may not be able to return. But if that's what he wants. Bit by bit, I go in deeper. I'm cold. It's getting dark. I can hear a song. Naoya's there. Mom, Dad, everyone besides me. All in there. They all left me behind. Left me and went in. Because only I survived. It's painful. Is the pain the dream? The tattoo spreads. The doctor says he can't see anything. Overseas, they apparently call emotional trauma after an accident like this PTSD. But I can see it. After sleeping several days, I'm only half awake. Gradually, I come not to know whether I'm awake or asleep. The doctor seems interested when he listened to my story. Maybe he is becoming more sympathetic. But that dream and the pain are mine alone. The pain is spreading. Am I to blame? Am I to blame? Since I'm the only one who survived. But it's not like I had a choice to survive. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. What should I do? What? Forgive me. That woman is coming after me. I can see her even when I'm awake. I can't take being touched again. I don't want to see anymore. About the photo you gave me. There are marks on her. Don't you think they look like tattoos? Some days are shorter than others. So we got the tattooed woman. Woman who appeared in my dreams of the manor. Her whole body is covered in a blue tattoo. Yoshino and the woman who attacked me in the dream both had the same tattoo. And now the same pattern is spreading across my body. Ever since she touched me in that dream. The dream, the bruise, the manor. Are they all connected to her? the only survivor of a plane crash. She went missing from the hospital and appeared in my dream. She attacked me like someone out of her mind. A tattoo-like bruise covered her entire body. And now the same tattoo is spreading across my body. If it carries on like this, then I... don't know if there's anything worth looking at, but we'll have a quick wander just to double check. Anything? Nothing? Nothing.
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest. It's raining again.
It's always raining. Actually, that's quite literally a thing. Like every single day in this game it's raining, except when you complete the game when it finally stops, which is symbolic, I guess. Hey, the cat's back. Cat came back the very next day. Don't quite know where the cat went the other night, but okay. Alright, well, let's assume there's not much else to look at. Alright. Sleepy, sleepy, night, night time. And now we are at a different starting location. See, told you we would be. This is that place from yesterday. Hour 2, the Manor of Sleep. Or the Manor. Hey, 4-point well key. I don't remember which door that goes to. It's the manner of sleep, meaning the building, not sort of the method on which you sleep. You know, the manner of sleep. Is that thing gone yet? I think this does eventually go away. I just can't remember when. I think. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't remember. Oh, we're actually doing this? Ow, wow, wow, I can feel it hit from behind. That's not fair now, is it? Little Yoshino, what do you think you're doing? Stop that. Oh, nope, not good. Get up. Try to run away, and what happens? You teleport behind me. That's cheating. God damn it. Stop that. Are you going to do anything or are you going to stand there like a lemon? Where do we need to like... Oh, never mind, I got it ready, mate. That was annoying. I actually forget how annoying that is. Right. Do we have... Because we do. Stop that up. I think I should probably start upgrading some of this, because we got a bit for it. I can't remember which one's which. It's not explaining itself very well, is it? There's the maximum amount you can charge. Is it that one? Let's try that one. And because I don't remember what the special is, let's pump 1 point into that, because why not? Gosh darn it. I mean, eventually we're going to be able to level all this up anyway, but you see, you can't tell because you're not in a battle right now. I probably should have just left, except I really wanted the upgrade points. It's sort of hard to I don't really remember.
Never awaken from her dream for all eternity.
Screens hang down over the part of the room, but the bedding has been spread on the floor. Nothing in there now. Pretty sure you hear that talking every once in a while when you're wandering around here. Alright, let's go. Let's get back to the corridor of ear-splitting ringing. I think... I was gonna say, I think up here was the door with the special lock, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright, so it's not that way. It's probably down the other stairs. I just want to go down the other route. Because this is the thing. Every time you leave the dream and then go back in, it basically resets the mansion. Which includes things like items. And you may notice that the film that you have, your quote-unquote ammo, if you will, has reset. But I can't remember if healing items do. So basically, in each chapter, you kind of want to go through as much of the mansion as you can each time, with the eventual goal being to replenish your stocks. At least theoretically. That's the plan. That's the aim. remember if your meds reset or if it's just your... I should remember to check that. Alright. Don't think it was this door, was it? No. Tis a shame, but no. I think this door's still going to be locked too. Ah. Okay, I don't think there's any point in going upstairs. Just leads to a dead end, as we know. So let's go back. We got a couple of items out of it, so that's not too bad. Oh no, a box fell off the thing. How scary. Is the blood there? No, blood's gone. Well, good to see someone's clearing up. The door is locked. 4-point well designed. Good job I got that key. I do not remember what's in here. Now I remember what's in here. So we've got... that door's open. There's a familiar room. We'll go in there in a minute. Oh, that's odd. We got... oh, that's open as well. Okay. Ah, yes, and this leads to... that item that's been on the ground bugging me for ages. Alright, so we've got that room, that room. I can't remember what other ones there are now. Could there be something inside? Yes, yes there could. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Oh, I got rid of that. Alright, so in terms of directions, big room there, other room there. Let's go through the other room. I don't remember which way is the right way to go, but the, although actually, hang on, let me check the big room. Outdoorsy room, a familiar room. Look familiar? That's right. It's from the first dream.
I remember this place.
It was just something being caught in the photo. Because I think this door's locked. I think. Memory serves. Yeah, look, you can see the thing on it. Two... what was that, two mandarins? Yeah, I think it was. In the daydream, Hugh was in here. There better be an item somewhere in this room. Aha! Oh, sacred water. Yes, please. See, off the top of my head, I think sacred water is something that has permanence to it, and it's the herbal medicines and... what's going on? Oh, never mind. I think that was inside. I got it. I don't remember this at all. I genuinely don't remember that. Oh well, never mind. Moving on. Practically, it's even smaller up ahead. I feel wind flowing from the smaller end of the passage. I wonder where it leads to. So narrow, only a child or a small woman will be able to get through. Oh yeah, that's one of the things that only Miku can do. Spoiler alert: Miku is one of the other characters. Like, duh, right? She wouldn't be in this game if she wasn't playable. I haven't told you who the other character is yet, though. You fighting? Guess we're fighting. Nope, that was mistimed. Oh, hello. There were two of you. That's okay, he's dead, that's good. I did not realize there were two of you, though I suppose I should have. I thought I heard a sound somewhere, like, distant from me, but... nice. You really want to go for those combos. Something on the ground where the man in white was. Ooh, a sleeping stone. Carved in relief into a lithograph stone the size of my palm is a horizontal line, like the character for 1. There is a raised bump on the back of the stone, maybe for fitting it into something. Correct. Men in white. Men who appeared in the black-stained corridor wearing ragged white robes and tall court hats. Was it their voices I heard through the corridor walls, moaning? What was happening to them in there? You don't want to know. But you're probably going to end up finding out anyway. Is that enough for another upgrade yet? I think we do. Much better. So, can you guess where we gotta go yet? Up.
Get back! Stay away!
Alright, so. After fitting the sleeping stone, the contraption begins to move. Minute script is engraved on the stone slate. Engrave the pedestal the same number of panes as are engraved on the sleeping stone. What does that mean? Each one of these obviously represents a number. You got 3, you got 2, you got 1. And the idea is you have to move each one the number of steps it has. So this has got a 1. You do that, and that's fine. You do 2. That's fine. So 1, 2, 3, and we're good. They get more complicated. It's why I went, oh, those. None of them are like massively insurmountable. They're not super hard or anything like that. It's just one of those things. So you go on the other side of the roof. I'm going to walk across the roof. Yeah, so we've got a door over there. I don't remember. It looks like an item or something. Now, unfortunately, you can't run. You also don't have to worry about falling off, so don't. No, there's no item there. I think one maybe appears later on. And across. The Two Maidens key. No, 2 mandarins. Oh, and a part of the camera shot. Oh, evade. Lovely. Like the last game, addition of escape. When you're caught by a ghost, if you timing, press the shoot button is good. You can evade the attack. Yeah, I don't. Never quite worked out what the hello. Damn it. Is there 2 of these guys? No, I think there's only the 1. Probably for the best. There we go. Very nice. It's jointing the floorboards, but it's held fast by something. I can't get it open. Maybe it leads to another floor downstairs. Maybe it does. And where are we? Above, if we look at the map. That strange room again. Couldn't get in there before. Yep, just bear that in mind for the future. It is so hard to spot. I mean, there are clues to it, so, you know, the tapping noise that you hear, that's your clue. Doesn't come in until later. Hello, you. Literally. Isn't there like... Oh, hi. Fucking hell. Now is really not the time, dude. Ow. You're an ass. Whew. Right. There's just something there. Ooh. Maybe just something has been caught on the photo. Oh, good. Okay. Now, of course, we've got to backtrack to the large room. Not that far away, thankfully. And we'll go from there. I think that ends the dream for tonight, anyway. I think. There's actually mercifully something else that doesn't reset between nights. Is doors you've opened stay open. And off he goes again. Same courtyard and tomb from that daydream. In the dream, you was inside. It's an old film in the camera. I get the busty film. A couple more things added to the list. Inside the house was a courtyard. It was snowing. There was a line of graves and even an older house looming up behind. And someone's calling. Sorry, kitty. Be with you in a minute.
Yes, Kurosawa speaking.
Ray, it's Miku. Good morning. I've gathered together all the information I got from the editor about the woman yesterday. I wanted you to see it. It's lying on the desk in my room, so please go and take a look at it if you like. I've gotten a little worried about all this. There's one other thing I wanted to check. I'll be back after I finish. Ooh, that got a little garbled too. And now we have permission to go into Miku's room. Yeah, kitty cat, I gotcha. Don't really like coming in here while she's out. That's fine, I have permission. The cat seems to like that too. Instantly set on the bed, because that's what cats do, isn't it? It is also interesting that I actually forgotten about it until she mentioned it, but Rei's last name is Kurosawa, and Kurosawa is a name that showed up in Project Zero 2, I think it was. The Kurosawa house was like the really big house at the back of the village. The sort of mansion that had the gate to hell behind it. It was the Kurosawa house. So again, it's like names showing up in, you know, places beyond where you initially think they're going to. It really ties all three games together. I love it. There's a pile of reference material and Miku's notes on the desk. She said she had put them together for me. Yoshino Takigawa. Woman in the photograph. She was the only survivor of a plane crash that occurred in August. Following is a comment from a reporter named Ozawa who covered it. When the plane crashed, Miss Takigawa was thrown out of the aircraft and was mostly untouched by the fire. Also, the arbor where she was thrown became a cushion, and she was thus miraculously saved. When rescued, her external injuries were mild burns, bruises, and scrapes, and it was determined there was no threat to her life. But as it took 4 days to find her, she was very dehydrated, weak, and distressed, and she seemed to be suffering mentally. During those 4 days, she was surrounded by the victims, her relatives, and her lovers' corpses. Next is what I heard from someone at the hospital admissions. After hospitalization, she was extremely frightened of being alone or sleeping. She apparently had frightening dreams and would even hurt herself to stay awake. Over time, the amount she slept grew longer, and she spent most of the day sleeping. At first, it was thought she was sleeping due to psychological trauma she experienced. But her condition gradually grew worse, and she would sleep for 3 days straight. When she woke, she would complain of hallucinations, saying, "Pain," or "there are bruises all over my body." As her hallucinations grew worse, she became less responsive to outside stimulus during her waking hours, and would sometimes mutter deliriously or singing lullabies. The past several days she hasn't woken, and the rest is as Rei saw. This is also just a hospital rumor, but the staff has a long-standing urban legend among themselves about patients like Takigawa, or who they call lost patients. Placed between the pages of Miku's notebook is the copy of the newspaper cutting of today's date written on it. Patient disappears. On the night of the 9th, the patient disappeared from her ward in Katsuragi Hospital, and the police are currently searching for her. The missing person is the sole survivor of the August plane crash. Miss Takigawa became emotionally unstable after the accident. She was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and hospitalized long-term. The hospital's response to her disappearance went no further than "we are investigating the details." Miss Takigawa lost all her family. Miss Takigawa lost all her family in the accident, and concerns have been raised about her current whereabouts. Disappearances. Picture stand of the desk has been laid flat. Is that a photo of Miku? Photo shows Miku with a kind-looking young man. Boyfriend? No. More likely brother and sister. She's always been cheerful enough, but I don't think I've ever seen her looking quite so contented. I heard she lost a family member. Could this person in the picture be... And we're straight on to nighttime. The girl who works as my assistant. She's the sister of Yu's best friend. I've heard she lost a relative. The photo on her desk showed her with a young man who looked like her brother. She's always been a cheerful person, but I haven't often seen her smile as happily as in that picture. I wonder if the person she lost was someone she was very close to. Maybe she lost someone special, just like me. According to Miku's research, Yoshino was asleep almost all the time before she disappeared. After the accident, she slept longer and longer hours, and whenever she woke up, she would hum what sounded like a lullaby. Apparently, the medical community is abuzz with rumors of similar occurrences. Hospital patients who disappeared. Is this another of those urban legends? Don't know. Let's go find out. We also got to develop those photographs. Anything? Nothing, apparently. I'm pretty sure one of those is the Spirit Stone radio from the second game. I think, did we get to use it in this one? I can't remember if they kept those in or not. Let's develop some pictures. I'm surprised it asks you to confirm when there's no reason not to. Maybe I can learn something from this photo. That'd be nice. I do like this effect. I think it's a clever effect. Don't quite know what it is, but human shaped stains. The narrow corridor on the other side of the door where I heard the moaning was strung with sacred rope and paper. The walls were covered with human-shaped stains. There was a black stain left behind when Yoshino Takigawa vanished. Did something happen on those walls as well? Let's go check in on Miku. I might be able to give you the pictures now, I might not. I can't remember. I like how now you can just go in here whenever you want. Doesn't matter.
Having trouble sleeping? Do you need to sleep in here with me?
Look, don't give people ideas.
It seems like you're having a lot of nightmares lately. Are you alright?
It was interesting they put a space between nightmares.
What can I do for you?
I was wondering if you could research this photo for me. Thanks. And this one too.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thank you.
It's raining again.
It's always raining. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a save, and then I think we're going to have to leave it there for today, because it's 5 to 6. Not really much point in starting anything new. And this feels like a decent spot to stop, at least for today. Yeah, so, despite some minor technical issues at the start, yeah, things are going pretty good. Obviously, I am emulating the game, if you couldn't already tell. There's going to be some minor technical glitches here, there, and everywhere. It's the price you pay for emulation, unfortunately. It is what it is. For the record, yes, I do own this game, but my PlayStation 2 is in a box somewhere. So, that ain't going to happen. Yeah, so, yeah, this is good. It's nice to get back into these games. I do like playing these older ones, because you kind of forget how much fun they can be, just generally speaking. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.